This whole business is built around building bikes with people. When someone comes in the door, we sit down with them and we ask them, what do you see yourself doing on this bike? You're almost like a therapist in a lot of ways to kind of get to the heart of what they're really looking for in a bike. And they'll say things like, I want to ride to Montauk and I want to commute to work and I want to pull my kid. And that's where our expertise comes in, where we're able to put together a parts list that kind of satisfies that. We use Google Docs. It's a very digital thing where once the person comes in and leaves, we build up a parts list, email it out to them, and they're linking to an online shared document where they can make changes, we can make changes. It's a very fluid process. Once we get the parts together and the client selects a build date, we have them back in, we have all the parts laid out, and I always think of it like an OR, where all the parts are laid out, ready to go. The client will come in and we'll actually build the bike with them. The build process is always a very varied thing. I mean, it ranges from people that want to do the work themselves. They want to do everything themselves. And the other end of the spectrum is someone that just wants to watch and just take pictures. And again, being in a spectrum, there's a full range in between. And that's, essentially this whole business is built around that. This whole business is built around building bikes with people. For me, there's this reaction to wanting to kind of connect with humanity again. And you can't hammer a nail over the internet. You can't be a butcher over the internet. You can't be a barber over the internet. And you can't be a bike mechanic over the internet. You have to really do it with your hands. And it's something that can never be replaced. A couple years ago, I had a bike stolen. And in the process of looking for a new bike, I had some friends convince me that I should build a bike. They walked me through it online, and I just fell in love with the process. I fell in love with acquiring parts and researching parts. At the time, I had made enough mistakes and bought enough extra pieces to have enough to build a second bike. My wife kind of curiously asked, what are you doing? And at the same time, a neighbor passed by and, wow, do you sell those? And it's like, well, sure, why not? And really quickly, it turned into people like myself that were interested in reconnecting with working with their hands. I found that people really wanted to be involved in the process and not just buy a bike. So it grew and grew in the backyard. We built a shed, we built a kind of an awning. We were building year-round, 4 or 5 bikes a week at some points. I mean, we built maybe 100 bikes the first year, maybe 100 bikes the second year. What slowly started to happen with me was that as an architect, bikes captured a lot of the things that I liked about architecture, where you have the design and these beautiful objects, and you have the technology of threadings and sizes and research. And it was done quickly. It was done in 2 hours. You could see the results on the street. You were affecting the environment right away. October of 2010, a store right around the corner opened up for rent. And very quickly, we became this bike shop that worked collaboratively with our customers. We were teaching free classes and doing a lot of great stuff, but we really quickly ran out of space. I look at the pictures now, and it's only 3 or 4 months removed, and it's, oh my God, I can't believe we existed that way. But it was a great thing to go through, staffing, inventory, how to deal with customers, how to track things. It was a great kind of practice year in a lot of ways. We went through hell, and now we have a beautiful space and we're able to really spread out. Once the project gets beyond me, I have 4 incredibly talented mechanics. Initially, certainly in my backyard, it was just me. And then you realize that you can multiply yourself, and you have people that believe in what you do and are more talented than you in putting bikes together. Think about this place as like the inverted bike shop, where you come in and you describe what you're looking for, and then we get to work trying to build up a bike that will kind of answer the questions that you have, the bike that you've described. And again, I think that most people that come in here realize that we're not selling tons of bikes off the wall. We're selling, it's a process, and I think we're just coming at it a little differently.